Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your April 2023 general monthly reading for Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Thank you guys so much for being here. As always, I absolutely love and appreciate all my wonderful subscribers and consistent viewers that I've had for so long. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. If you are new to me, welcome. I do read intuitively, so don't just go based off what you see here on the table, as I do get various messages throughout the reading. Your monthly reading will be beginning, middle, and ending of the month energies, along with some energy oracle, and I will also be pulling angel tarot cards to see what your angel messages are. I will close out with the tea leaf fortune. My bad. It's been a long day. I hope you're all doing well. I cannot wait to see what is in store for you here. Your weeklies are returning, my friends. Weekly readings will be coming out soon after I've put this reading out. So you can now expect your weekly readings to come back the way I used to have it. So make sure that you are subscribed with your notifications turned on. And let's see what your angel messages are here. Wow, Wheel of Fortune. 10 of Air, which is a 10 of Swords. One more card, and let's get into this reading, obviously, and the Fool card. And, obviously with the energies I'm seeing here, especially with the Caring Connection card, the Lovers and the Two of Cups, Page of Cups, Three of Cups, a lot of watery energy here, which you, my friend, are water sign energy. Oh yeah, and the Knight of Cups. Thank you, Spirit. So a lot of emotional energy being highlighted here this month, in the month of April. Starting with the energy card of Caring Connection. So what's being highlighted here, what's being brought to your attention are caring connections, friendships, relationships, could be familial as well. If you have, family connections, relationships with people that you're really close to, I'm hearing the words confidant, people that you really trust in your life. It could be like a sibling, a relative, someone that you're close to that you can really feel comfortable with and just bare your soul, basically, is how I'm hearing it. So if you've got big plans and ideas of what you want to do, what you want to embark on, perhaps you've started dating someone or you're with someone that you've been seeing, I feel like you're ready to take it to the next level. There's a little bit of that fear factor that I'm feeling here, where you may be conflicted about going deeper in a relationship. If you had a bad relationship experience in the past, I feel like there's a little bit of that, still a little of that fear that's lingering, that, am I going to go through that same experience as I did in the past? I feel that this connection that you're in, whether you've just met someone and you're embarking on the getting to know you phase, the excitement of it all, maybe I just feel like there's this excitement, this energy of I can't wait to see them again, getting to know each other a little bit better, going in deeper. I do feel that some of you are already conflicted about, am I feeling too strong for them too soon? Okay, so don't put yourself in this feeling of I need to hold back. I feel like some of you may put on a mask to try to hide your true feelings here. And so I feel as though if you are concerned about repeated cycles and lessons that you've learned in the past, maybe you were hurt in the past. I'm also hearing for some of you that dealt with infidelity or lying, cheating, things of that nature. I do feel that there is this fear that comes in, that you're afraid it's going to come back around. I mean, can it happen? Sure. Will it? Who the hell knows, right? I mean, you cannot go through life anticipating worst case scenario all the time. That's how people end up manifesting what they don't want, because they're so much more worried about worst case scenario than the fact that they can just literally just be grounded in gratitude with what they have and enjoy, the fruits of their labor, or a connection where they show reciprocal emotional, even physical energy towards each other. I feel like there's this feeling of someone here who is very loving, caring, and affectionate, who was probably with someone or interested in someone that didn't reciprocate that energy. It's like, you don't have to be touchy-feely. It's like, you don't have to always be touching me, or like, can you just not right now? And it made you feel as though, am I doing too much? Am I too much? Is this person not as into me as I am with them? But as much as they try to tell you, like, yes, I care about you, I've got feelings for you, I feel the same way, I just don't like being touched, I just don't like, you had very different love languages. I feel that it really hurt your sense of security within a connection, because I'm hearing some of you second guess, are they just saying that they truly do? Give me a sec here. Sorry, guys. Sometimes this cough comes and goes. But I feel as though some of you may be wondering, like, for example, are they just saying what they need to say to placate me so that I don't walk away, so that I don't get hurt? Or are they concerned about, what can happen if I discover that they don't truly feel the same about me? I feel like the card of Angel of Balance is really saying, listen, once you really get really clear about your emotions, how you feel for someone, and what you expect, what's okay for you and what's not, like what's a deal breaker for you, and you're starting to feel more grounded and balanced energetically, emotionally, financially, even, clarity of mind wise, right? You're not overthinking. Does this person like me? Are they into me? Am I just the one that's always pursuing? How come they never text me back? How come they never look for me? I feel like if you've experienced that in the past, you may be fearful that the same thing will happen in the future. Now, I'm getting this very loud and clear message, Pisces, that I feel like some of you are feeling as though a bit insecure. It feels as though you're even putting yourself down with, I'm too emotional. Maybe you're not touchy-feely, but maybe you're emotional on the, your heart that's feeling a lot of emotions, like emotion overload, where you really have deep emotion and care for someone. And for some of you, you want both. You want to be able to express yourself and also have someone reciprocate who's not just going to leave you hanging, right? And what's that scene? Princess Leia, Han Solo, right? I love you, I know, right? I feel some of you are really fearful of that type of energy. I don't know why I referenced that, because that's not something I would normally be super invested in, right? But I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying that's not really my jam. Might be for some of you. But I do feel like some of you are, have that lingering fear from the past. You're in a much better and different place. I do feel like you're more grounded. You are able to clearly think and assess things and use much better discernment that you did in the past. And so what it is that you have moving forward is this sense of victory and success in a relationship. So if you are fearful about whether or not this connection, this relationship, this business partnership is going to be in your favor, well, it absolutely is. If this is in business, well, I don't feel that any of this has any business vibes whatsoever, or money or finances. This is more so when it comes to partnerships and friendships and the connections that you keep around you, right? Could also be, close friends, inner circle, that type of energy. I do feel like you are looking towards an energy of, feeling comfortable within your own skin and around other people. I'm hearing the words I'm hearing the word pretentious. So maybe in the past you were a lot humble and really outgoing when it came to expressing your emotions, but the person was maybe just a little like pushing you off and very pretentious, like, ew, don't touch me. I'm getting that vibe. I feel like it's not it just feels as though you blame yourself. Okay, Pisces, I feel like you're just constantly putting yourself down for feeling these feelings where you're saying, oh, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm too much. Maybe, or how about maybe they aren't enough for you, Pisces? You ever think of that? Maybe they can't give you what you want. Don't like dumb yourself down or diminish yourself or hold yourself back from your own true emotions that you are feeling inside. If a person cannot accept you for all of you and what you have to bring to the table and what you have to offer and how you show your love and affection, and you can't seem to compromise or, you know, be able to even communicate, right? Like maybe some of you are afraid to even speak up and say, you know, when you push me away, I feel like you're rejecting me, you know, and I don't like when you do that. I might need a little bit more reassurance. I feel like some of you want to say that, but you don't. And instead you get stuck in your head, you know, going down this crazy downward spiral of, I guess they don't love me. Maybe I'm just too much. I know it's just me. Maybe I'm a little too smothering on them. And stop it. Stop it with that inner voice putting yourself down. Pisces, it's absolutely not you. If this is your way of loving someone, if this is your way of expressing emotion and love and care and, you know, it's just who you are. And the right person is going to accept you and love you fully, wholly, 100%. And I know some of you are like, well, I don't want to start all over. I don't want to meet someone new. I wanted to work with this one. Then you got to find a way to compromise and meet each other halfway where it's not going to hurt you on a deeper level, that's going to keep you stuck in your head, that's going to make you feel small and diminished and feeling like it's chipping away at your, you know, at your self-esteem, self-respect, your feeling of wanting some sort of self-assurance. Because I feel like for some of you, that mental head game that's connected to your heart that you put yourself through puts you in this hermit energy. And it takes a while before you come out and into this Four of Cups before you can move into this Three of Cups. Now, I do see here you as the Page of Cups, King of Cups, Knight of Cups. I mean, all watery energy here because you also have the 2, the 4, and the 3. I mean, a lot of emotion being highlighted and on the forefront here in the month of April for you. 5 of Wands, the Lovers, and the Page of Cups at the beginning of the month is really saying there's a lot of conflict within a partnership relationship. Also feeling like you're feeling conflicted about expressing your love or offering your love to someone. I'm also feeling with that 5 of Wands that if you are offering your love to someone, they're conflicted about whether or not they feel the same, and they push it back. They push you away while you may be feeling, wow, I really want this to work. I want this to be a connection for life or that goes deeper that I can pursue. There's a lot of inner conflict and not getting along in a partnership here. Again, it feels as though you're afraid to speak up. You're afraid to speak your voice, especially if you are feeling more page energy rather than king or queen energy, because this is not gender specific. And as you move towards the middle of the month, you have the 2 of Cups. With the Lovers here at the beginning, really this is highlighting a love relationship, a partnership. But I feel as though someone here is feeling more withdrawn and feeling like it's time to detach. It's time to let go. This isn't as fulfilling as I had hoped it would once be. There is that energy of second guessing your relationship, your emotion, your love, or theirs for you. Can this sustain long-term, connection, or can this, really last for, I'm hearing, can this love really be for a lifetime? It just has that energy of regressing. Now, we are moving into Mercury retrograde this month, so be careful not to make big life relationship changes here that can really affect your relationship. If it's something that you're going through that feels like an emotional whirlwind or an emotional cycle for you. Because I do see that towards the end of the month here, there is a lot for you to celebrate, whether it's reconciling or reconnecting or feeling like you're much more at balance and ease when it comes to your emotions in a connection, in a relationship, or just overall. And for some of you, that may look like you're having hormonal problems, like you're realizing that maybe you're going through hormonal highs and lows that's affecting your mood, irritability, your emotions, crying spells. For some of you, you do have mental, emotional instability that needs to be evaluated by a medical professional, where they can help you to maintain balance within yourself on an emotional level. That then in turn, because I do see some of you may be seeking the help of a counselor, a therapist, a medical professional, in turn, you feel much more confident to move forward in love, in partnership, or in your life altogether. Because I feel that if this isn't a relationship that gets saved and restored and becomes something much more dependable in the long term, then it really does become about a journey of self-love as you leave a relationship that no longer resonates with you because it cannot fulfill you on an emotional level. Now, that is not for all of you, but I do feel for some of you, whatever problems you may be having in a relationship, you are working things out this month. So if there have been problems, and I'm hearing since October, okay? So if there have been issues, disagreements, problems, not getting along, insecurities in a connection, in a relationship that have happened in the last few months, that have lingered, have come and gone, I feel like it's going to rear its ugly head at this time where you're going to have to be forced to deal with. Oh, and I just realized you have 10-10 here. So 10-10 is really the end of a cycle here. There are things that are coming to a close and end, whether you're reconciling, whether you're coming to conclusion about opinions or things that you need, like chapters that you need to put behind you. If this is a constant argument or disagreement within a relationship, it comes full force to the front, right? You have to deal with it. You have to heal from it. And then you move on and you let it go. Does it mean absolute breakup? No, it just means that you sort things out in this situation and you heal from it, you learn from it, and you move on, which is why I see, a much more positive energy at the end of the month. You've got the Wheel of Fortune with Archangel Michael here. This says a time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. So remember what I said, Mercury retrograde, if it doesn't bring up someone from the past, it sure does bring up conflict from the past that has just kind of come and gone in your life in the last few months, where for whatever reason, it's like, we talked about this, I don't like when you do this, I don't like when you lie to me, or when you say this, or whatever the conflict is in a connection. I feel like it finally comes to a head. You're able to really discuss it and come to a mutual agreement, close that chapter of this connection, so that it doesn't have to repeat itself again. And so with the 10 of air, 10 of swords, it says the end of a difficult situation. For some of you, it may have been trust issues. It may have been not feeling like that your partner is being dependable or somebody you can count on. I feel like if they've shown you mixed signals, it's just left you very conflicted on an emotional and mental level. And so I feel like this does come to a head. It's the end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Recovering from an addiction. And you may have someone around you who has been recovering from an addiction, and that's why you've had this tug of war emotionally with whether or not you should still support someone, be there for someone. Are you too invested? Are you overly invested that you've sacrificed yourself about it? So I do feel as though that is all coming to a very positive end, because things will be looking up from here on out, because the next card is the card of the Fool. This one in this deck is called the Dreamer, Archangel Metatron. This is taking a leap of faith, follow your dreams, and having unexpected opportunities. So I absolutely love this energy here for you. I do want to pull just a quick clarifier on the Five of Wands. I just feel like you guys are not getting along at this time. You're having a difficult time to compromise and communicate. Could be turning into arguments, and you know, you're afraid of ending up in this Four of Cups energy where it feels like you're sad and withdrawn. Okay, so what's the advice here for the Five of Wands for Pisces moving forward? Wow, that really flew out. Wow, Seven of Pentacles reversed. Not a single one of my cards is in reverse, so when it flies out that way, it is of significant meaning, right? So whereas the Seven of Pentacles upright feels as though you're waiting for the fruits of your labor to really start showing everything that you have worked for that has come through. I feel like you're finally seeing improvement, you know, moving forward, and that it's time for you to really focus on the improvements, even if they're small, positive changes moving forward as a step in the right direction moving forward. Okay, with the Queen of Wands here, that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, but she is also very attractive, very, you know, forward movement, innovative, very exciting. So I feel as though as soon as you start to see some sort of improvement and a step in the right direction, you really want to run with it, right? And when you do that, you've got the Seven of Cups and the Star card. So clearly there is a lot to heal from this situation. Let me cover up that star. You know, YouTube has been really dinging people for, yes, this type of... I probably should have covered it up when I was holding the Lovers card earlier. I keep forgetting. Anyway, the Seven of Cups and the Star card. Now that's two sevens here, clarifying the conflict here and how to move forward from it. With the Six of Swords, as I said, how to move forward from it. It is about healing. It is about clearing things up. Every single misconception and assumption that each of you make about each other or a situation, and really checking each other for understanding. What you say, what they heard, what they understood can be completely different. And as soon as you really get to the core of it, like you have a safe space to really communicate about it, really helps you to move forward, heal that, and have a better understanding of why they react the way they do, why they're thinking that you said this, and where is that coming from, and vice versa. You both have a better understanding moving forward, and it does feel like there's an opportunity to really let go of what has been hurtful and harmful in a connection, because at the end of the day, there really is a lot of care and deep love between the two of you. So let's see what the tea leaf has here for you guys, closing this out. Dolphin, financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. This could be something that you had worked on that is now showing you the fruits of your labor. It could be this relationship, but financial gain really is about maybe you applied for a job elsewhere, maybe you did work somewhere else and they thought of you, and you know, now they're recruiting you, now they're trying to bring you on board to their team. Very positive energy here. I do feel like you will have some sort of financial gain here. The card of Quill, get back to basics. If you are feeling like things have gotten complicated and you're not quite sure how to move forward, the Quill is saying, listen, just stop, pump your brakes, get back to basics, start at square one. You know, skip the extra steps that you've had in the past. And you have the card of December. So December can be of significant meaning. You may have plans in the future for the month of December. Could be something that happened in December, like over the holidays recently, right? These last few months could have been of significance where something happened. And I'm hearing some of you remember what I said. I feel like in the last few months there was something that kept rearing its head, like something that you were going back and forth with that kept coming back around. I feel as though there was something that came about by December, and it's coming back around, okay? For others of you, I do feel like you may have an anniversary in December is what I'm hearing, or someone's birthday in December. You have the card of Fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. You have the card of the Unicorn. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. You are a very intuitive sign, Pisces. Definitely use that in your favor. You have two cards that flew out. That's the Desk, pay attention to your work, and Flute, disappointment in a friend or lover. I think that we've established that already, that, you know, you've been upset over, you know, a connection that you've been in, that, you know, there's been miscommunication or misinterpretations of attitudes and behavior. So is there another card for Flute? Bull, do not back down from opposition, show strength and fortitude. Yeah, so if someone is trying to get you to see their way, and you know it still makes you feel uneasy or uncared for or unloved or whatever it's making you feel, I feel like you're really standing your ground and you're saying, listen, I know that you think that by telling me this, it makes it okay, but it really doesn't. Because guess what? When you act that way, when you say that, when you behave this way with me, this is how it makes me feel. And I need you to understand that. Even if that's not what you are intending, or maybe they are, you'll know your answer as you speak your truth. The card of Wall, misunderstanding, you see? Check for understanding that what you're saying is what is being received, because they may be interpreting it in a completely different fashion, and vice versa. Mice, discord among friends and family. We've established that already. And broken ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. Yeah, I do feel like for some of you, this can lead to a bit of a separation or just a bit of a break. Does it feel like it's going to be, you know, somebody didn't like that response. Does it feel like it's going to be long-term? No, it doesn't. Feels like you guys maybe need a little bit of a time apart to really understand each other's perspective. And I feel like it will bring the two of you back together. So psychic ability, trust your intuition. Give me a card for the broken ring to clarify for Pisces, please. Okay, well, you've got two. Chair, empty. Someone is leaving your life, and not unsuccessful plans. So as much as you may want to work things out with someone, they may not come to fruition the way you had anticipated. I do feel like there is this energy for some of you, not all of you, where there's a bit of separation, not necessarily a full-on breakup, divorce, or anything like that, but just like I said, a time out. That I feel like you're saying, or someone here is saying, they're just not getting it. Like, what don't they understand? If I would have done the same thing to them, they'd be calling me on it right away. I feel that there's one person who's a bit more emotional and communicative, while the other one tends to have a bit of a wall, and likes the attention and affection when it's in their favor, when they really are wanting it, needing it. Or I feel like they sometimes, around certain people, they like to show off that you really care about them. So just be careful of that energy in terms of what are their intentions as well, moving forward. Okay, I'm hearing pull cards. What are their intentions? The Hermit. Wow, a lot of cards. Sorry. The Hermit flew out, but so did these. So I didn't catch which ones flew out. I think these two flew out, but I'm going to put them back. What are this person's intentions? Well, the Hermit card is really saying, you know, going within and really tapping into their own inner knowledge, inner wisdom, and trying to sort things out on their own. I feel like they're not very communicative about this situation or how they feel or what they want. And I feel like they, like one of two things here, they'll withdraw and wait for the situation to kind of die down and everyone to calm down and get over it and come back together, or try to figure out how to fix this and reconnect. With the devil, with the death card here, not the devil card, is, you know, needing a bit of a timeout to be able to start things all over. It's like, instead of hitting the reset button, it's kind of a pause at first in order to come back and be able to resuscitate this relationship. The Ace of Wands just peeked through as I was saying that. So what else can they expect? The Moon card. 3 major arcanas when I ask about this person's intentions. So I do feel that at this time, they're not quite sure about where things will go. And I feel like they're fearful of the unknown. And another major arcana, the Tower. I get this feeling of being fearful of letting this connection, this relationship go altogether. It feels as though they know that this will feel very tumultuous for both of you. But it just feels as though they're just not quite sure if leaving altogether is the right thing to do. If it's just taking a break, if it's starting all over again, and only time will tell is what I'm hearing. What's next for this couple? Ooh. King of Swords and the Lovers card. So communication about this connection, this relationship, and coming back together. And while the King of Swords is very much dry and cold and unemotional, I feel like someone is saying, this is just how I am. I'm not always going to be as affectionate as you'd like me to, or as communicative with my emotions as you'd like me to. I feel like they communicate, but maybe not on an emotional level, right? And I feel like for some of you, you want more communication from them because you want to experience more happiness with them, okay? So I hope that brought some clarity to you guys. There is a lot to look forward to here, especially if you've been wondering about a specific connection, relationship, whether or not this is going to fizzle out or go somewhere in the future. I do feel that communication is key here, and checking for understanding, having a safe space with each other to really speak your truth without, you know, feeling hurt or feeling ignored. And so I do feel like there is a beautiful opportunity here for, yes, the uncomfortable to come back in full force and remind you that, you know, maybe there's trust issues, maybe there's miscommunication issues. And so now it's time to really clear that up. That is your reading, Pisces. Your playlist is here. Whatever other reading I have is here for you. As always, thank you guys so much. I will be off for a few days from my day job, so I'll be going live. You don't want to miss those live readings. They are going to be bonus live readings as well as all signs readings, so make sure your notifications are turned on so that you know when I go live. Have a wonderful month. I cannot wait to see what's in store for your weeklies, and I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.